Welcome to this week's episode of A Spiritual Cup of Coffee. How do you treat people who have different or weaker faith than you do? And what does God have to say about that? Today we are talking about how to cultivate good relationships, how to stay away from the dangers of criticism. And what do we do with people who have weak faith versus strong faith? Last week on Facebook, I asked a question. And I asked, how do you treat people that have a different faith than you, or maybe their faith is weaker than yours? And I had so much feedback from people. One of the things that you mentioned is that you listen. You listen to them. You try to find out something that is important to them. Another thing that was mentioned was that you treat them with respect and kindness, that you lift them up and you encourage them. Now, those are all great things, but what does God say about this? In the NIV version of the Bible, God says this in Romans 14:1. Accept him whose faith is weak, without passing judgment on disputable matters. Let's take a look at that from the Message version as well, because that version goes a little bit deeper, and I love the way that this is said, because it's so true about what we do. We totally don't think this way. So, the Message version of Romans 14:1 says this: welcome with open arms fellow believers who don't see things the way you do. And don't jump all over them every time they do or say something you don't agree with, even when it seems that they are strong in their opinions, but weak in the faith department. Remember this: they have their own history to deal with. Treat them gently. We all have our own history to deal with. We all have things that have been piling up in our lives, leading us to this very moment. We all have different lessons that God has taught us in different ways. And so many times we as believers get into this habit of thinking that because maybe we've experienced God on a different level, that maybe our faith is stronger and yours isn't, or maybe so-and-so doesn't have as much faith and that's why they're still sick. Maybe so-and-so just doesn't have the faith to ask God for things and that's why nothing good ever happens. The truth of the matter is God is working in their life. God is working in my life. He's working in your life. He's working in your friends and family's life. And He doesn't need you to do it. And I'm looking in the mirror when I say that. He doesn't need me to work in other people's lives. Will He use you and I? Yes. But it is not up to us to force somebody to think the way that we do. It's not up to us to argue with them. The point here, as you read further on, and I encourage you to read the rest of the chapter, because what you find out is that one person might believe that eating meat is bad, and another person believes that it's good. And God is working in their lives either way, and it's not up to us to judge that. It says here, if there are corrections to be made or manners to be learned, God can handle that without your help. So this week, as you are going about your life, I encourage you, sit down and find out, is there somebody in your life that you need to offer more grace and mercy to? Is there somebody that you need to cultivate a good relationship with? Because this right here in Romans 14 is the key to cultivating good relationships. It's the key to staying away from offering dangerous criticism. It's the key to how to handle and love those who have a different faith than you do. Share with us how this is impacting you. Share with us in the comment section below how you treat the people that have different faith than you do. Share with us how this is opening your eyes or what you thought. Let's have a discussion. So leave a comment below and then share this with a friend, because you never know who might need this encouragement. The truth of the matter is, God is working in all of our lives in different ways. He always works in mysterious ways. Our job is not to judge, lest we be judged. And I need to hear that more than anybody. Our job is to love them, to show them the love of Christ, and let God work in their lives. So thank you for spending this time with me. I wish you a wonderful day. Until next time, may you be blessed, be healthy, and be inspired. Bye-bye.